Hey guys, it's Arthur, DNA Realty Group, and I have David Beckham with me. David, I'm gonna do this interview a little bit differently. What I like to do is introduce yourself, your marketplace, and the areas you cover, and how people get in contact for you if they want to refer you out.
Okay, well, my name is David Beckham. I am the associate broker and one of the owners of a Realty executive franchise in the central part of Louisiana. We service all the central part of Louisiana. If you want to get in contact with me, you could call me at 318-880-1270. That's my cell number. Or email me at davidbeckham@realtyexecutives.com.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Now, one of the reasons I chose to interview you, which I think is phenomenal, I know we've been role playing for a few years now. You've always been super consistent, but what I love about you is the production that you're doing and you're by yourself. So tell us how many units you did last year, what you're on track to do this year, and where you're currently at, and what your team looks like at the same time.
Okay, well, a normal year for me is about 60 to 70 units on average here. Last year I did 58, so I was a little bit under that. My goal this year is to hit 75. I'm currently at 43 units sold. I did pull the board stats today, and I thought I was still in first place. I've moved to third place in my board, so I'm going to have to, get back to the grindstone so I can keep that number one position.
Yeah, you got to get back to number one. We'll work on that on our role plays on Wednesdays. Let me ask you this question. You're also at the same time a broker owner, right? So do you do a lot with that, or are you just, how does that portion of it work? Are you managing running the office, or are you just focusing on selling real estate?
I do a lot of the training for agents that come in our office and also do the recruiting. I'm not the qualifying or sponsoring broker. He's handling paperwork and communications with the state governing body,
Yep.
items like that. So I'm selling real estate and doing training with the new people and then recruiting to get more agents. Like right now, we're currently buying more territory to expand and open more brokerages.
Oh,
So
cool. How many agents in your office today?
well, right now, we only have 5 active agents. We just opened in January. I was previously affiliated with a large, very large national company, and I felt like a small fish in a big pond.
Yep.
And just for Realty executives, all of a sudden I became a big fish in a small pond.
That's great.
It's been good for me.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear. So your current team, right? Like, how does somebody sell like 50 to 75 homes? But what does your team look like? Who are you with?
It's myself and my wife. She's my assistant. She is not a licensed agent.
So she basically does all your paperwork, your back end, and everything.
Yeah, she
That's
does that. I used to run a large team when I was with KW.
Yep.
I call it a large team. For our area, is a large team. I had 2 admins, 2 buyers agents, and a listing specialist.
Yep.
And now I'm just now about to take on another buyer's agent. So, if I can get to that 75, I want to get to 100 next year. So,
Awesome. I love it. So how do you do like 50 to 75 deals, or well, you're going to do 75 this year? How do you do that with just one assistant? Because I know there's some big teams, they have 4, 5, 6, 10 people, and they're going to do 75 deals. And although that's great, if you divide the production by the licensed agents, it's really not that good. It ends up being average. So how do you focus on getting that much business when you're solo?
it's staying focused on actual lead gen time. I make an appointment with myself. I keep it. I don't let anything get in the way of it, and just make those phone calls.
I love that. So you built your business and you're currently building your business on making phone calls. So tell me what your day looks like in lead generation. How many hours are you calling? Who are you calling? And what are you saying to them?
I'm calling 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm calling expireds first and withdrawn properties. They're the very first calls of the day. Then after that, I'm doing for sale by owners. I'm also right now calling apartment complexes to see about buyers because I'm taking on this buyer's agent.
Yeah.
You may not know this about me, Art, but I've, I've been in the business 14 years, and about 8 of those years, I didn't know what prospecting was. I was one of those chumps that was making 40 to 60 grand a year.
Wow. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
and then I learned how to prospect.
And then it all took off from there, right? So that's impressive because as busy as you are, you're still blocking for 3 to 4 hours a day, and you're just focused on hitting the phones. So I guess the question for you I have is what percentage of your listing is sellers versus buyers?
Right now, I'd say it's about a 50-50 mix because I generate good listings, so I get a buyer on it. But what I'm doing to make my time more effective is I actually don't go out and show the buyers. I'm referring them. Basically, I'm using agents in my office as showing agents
Oh,
to help
gotcha.
maximize my time. I'll hand out different buyers. They come in, they do a consult with me, they sign their brokerage agreement.
Yep.
I do make them sign a bond broker, and then I'll assign them to one of the girls in the office. They'll do the showings, and then we take back over from contract to close.
Gotcha. So you're basically doing the consult, you're signing them up, and then somebody else is showing them. Then you're taking it from under agreement to close. So it's saving you time in the office, so you're not on the road out there showing properties all day. You could focus on that lead generation activity. So is most of your business coming from, do you know where your business comes from? Like expired, for sale by owners? Is it sphere of influence? What is it?
Well, well, most of it's coming from expired for sale by owners. Whenever I first learned to lead generate, that first year I had an immediate $90,000 injection of income.
Wow.
It just happened the first year.
That's
So,
crazy.
I started, well, but I was leaving out my database. I wasn't working my database. So the past couple of years, I've been nurturing my database, and now I'm pulling business out of there as well. There was a time it was easier for me to talk to a stranger than someone I sold a house to 3 months ago.
I know exactly what that's like. I struggle with that all the time. I much sometimes rather just call an expired listing than a past client. But what I've learned by being in the business, role playing with guys like you, and just interviewing top agents and coaching some really top agents is that you really have to have a business that has multiple cylinders, right? Expireds, FISBOs, internet marketing, sign calls, and then sphere of influence has been massive for us. So I'm glad to hear every single top agent I've interviewed has been, heavily focused on calling that sphere of influence, and it sounds like you are too. So let's switch gears a little bit. Talk about the mindset, because we talked about some of the strategies that you're using, who you're calling. So what about the mindset? Like, what keeps you motivated? I know you're one of the most consistent role play partners I've ever had. I don't think you ever miss a role play. You show up on time. You're in your office. What time every day?
I get to the office about 6:30 every morning.
Every morning, literally. And every time I role play with you, you're like in the office already. I'm like, wow, this guy, you make me step my game up. So tell us about like your mindset, your goals, what drive you to really be there, like show up at the office at 6:30 every day while everybody else is sleeping.
Well, one thing I took away from a convention about 3 years ago helped me a lot. Mike Ferry said the only people in bed at 8 a.m. are real estate agents, and I've remembered that forever. And I want to be ready for my mind to be sharp for the 8 a.m. call. If I'm just waking up at 7:30 and dragging in here at 8:15, your mind's not clear, you're not sharp, you're not going to be at 110%. So I get in early, I write some thank you cards from the previous day, drink a couple of cups of coffee, I role play with people like you. And then when it's start time, it's go time, and I hit the phones.
Awesome. Do you do anything in the morning to gear up and get ready for the day?
A lot of people meditate and different things like that. I might listen to a little music, but I'll read some inspirational quotes. And, I visualize, I have some stuff on the shelf back there that you can't see, but I visualize goals that I have in life, and I keep that in mind.
Yeah. Is your laptop portable? Can you pick it up and show us what you got going on over there?
Well, it's a desktop I'm on, but I can just kind of slowly turn it and show you. You'll see my prospecting stand back there, too, as a
Yeah, that's
slow
what
return.
that's what we want to
You
see. That's
know.
what we want to see. So, what are some of your goals you got up there?
Well, it's about the amount of money I want. Some of them are back over there. I got golden $100 bills and things like that. I don't know if y'all can even see that or not,
See it a
but
little
they're
bit.
back there. But for me, it was a lot of things that I learned in gold from Diana Kokoska. It's about being in the business to live the life I want, and I truly believe that. Um, don't get me wrong, I like making money, but I do all this for passion of helping the clients, plus getting to live the type of lifestyle that I like. I like to do what you do. I see you travel all the time, and I do too. I like that.
Yeah, a little bit more. I never traveled in the beginning of my career. Now we're doing it more and more. But yeah, like Diana said, the purpose of a business is to fund that truly perfect life, and it seems like you're well on your way to do that. And for those people that don't know, a lot of times we use acronyms on these videos and stuff. So for the non-Keller Williams agents, why don't you give them like a synopsis? What is BOLD, the course you just mentioned?
Um, uh, I believe what business objective life by design is what the acronym stands for, and basically it's like a kick in the ass. Well, that's what it is. It's to get you into production. I probably took bold, I don't know, 6 or 7 times when I was with
Wow.
KW. It kept me energized. I do a lot with someone also David Hill. His boot camps, are great. They keep me energized. Um,
Yeah, David's
yeah.
awesome.
Now, I was going to be transparent with you. I do want you to know something. The reason why we're expanding territories and growing brokerages is these transactions that I'm doing. You didn't ask what my minimum or median price point is.
Yes, please tell us. Because I already know. What is your medium? What's your average price point? That's what people have to know. Why you hustle so hard.
The median price point in my market is about $127,000.
Wow, 127,000. So some of the people that are watching this, their average price point will be like 400, 600, 800,000. So guys, if you focus, you do what my friend David's doing here, you could be doing 75 deals at 500 grand and making a boatload of money, right? So that's awesome.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's excellent. Did you
It's
ever
not
think
hard, it's just mindset.
And speaking of mindset, since we're talking about that now, we talked a little bit about education. And what I love is you took both 7 times. I think I took it about 5 times. So top agents I find are always educating themselves and they're keeping their mindset sharp. So tell us a little bit about mindset and what you do. How often are you taking different trainings, education, seminars, all that stuff?
Well, I'd say every quarter I'm doing something, and I make myself implement one thing from that training at least before I go to the next one. Or all you're doing is wasting, time and money if you're not implementing. As far as mindset, I just keep my head where I know it needs to be. You're away from that stinking thinking, things
Yep.
like that. KW says you drunk monkey.
Yep. So, quick question: how big is your actual database, like that? Wherever you hold it, and what's the system you use? So we'll cover both.
Well, like I had mentioned to you earlier, there was a long time I didn't do anything with my database. I have 14 years in the business, and until about 2 years ago, one of the worst databases you ever saw. I had everybody in about 7 different places, and now I have them in one contact management system
And what's that?
to where it's actually a Realty executive system. It's
Okay.
Prime Agent. I know you were with Realty executives at one time,
Yep.
but with the new ownership, it's a tech group. They say it's comparable to KW's back-end systems
Oh,
now.
cool.
So it's very user-friendly. I didn't have to go pay more money to outsource my CRM. What I'm doing is text messages once a month,
Yep.
bulk text messages to the database.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um, I'm sending one email per month, just a newsletter,
Yep.
and one text message, and I'm actually rotating that. 1 month's about business, 1 month is about just, hey, what's going on? Hope you're enjoying your summer.
Yep.
And then I'm following it up with a rotation of phone calls. So that is some of my lead generation, Monday through Friday.
So it sounds like you just work hard and hustle. And how many people did you say were in that database? Do you know the count?
Right now that I'm working, probably about 300 people.
300 people. Wow.
Over the years, I should have a lot more, but about 280 to 300 people right now.
Yeah, quick question. Are you reading any books? Or if not, what's your favorite book that you would recommend to anybody?
The last book I read was one David Hill recommended, and it was from the FBI guy, Chris. Do you know which book I'm talking about? I read it about 3
Yeah, Never
months
Split
ago.
the Difference.
Yes, yeah, Never Split the Difference. It was a great book. A lot of my reading lists I get from agents like you.
Yep.
And agents like David Hill, friends on Facebook. I'll see what you're doing, and there's nothing. Copying is one of the best forms of a compliment. I don't mind copying what you're doing or someone else is doing, because if you're doing it right, I want to do it right. So actually, what I'm trying to tell you is, I think you're a spectacular agent, and a lot of things that I've implemented, I picked up from you and your brother.
Thank you. We appreciate that for sure. So as we wrap up this interview, is there any questions that I didn't ask you that you feel like I should have, or anything else you want to tell to the listeners? And the viewership is going to be new agents that are doing 100 deals a year or even more. So any last forms of advice and any questions I should have asked you?
If there was anything I was going to say to any agent out there is, go ahead and prospect. Do your lead generation. There's several ways to lead generate, but if you make sure you're doing 20 real contacts a day, there are no problems you can't solve in life with 20 real contacts.
I love that. That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. And one more time, tell everybody where you're from, your phone number, your email, and so in case they want to refer you, they could easily get a hold of you.
Okay, my name is David Beckham. I'm the associate broker and owner of Realty Executives. We are in Alexandria, Louisiana, right in the middle of the state. We are also about to open in Lafayette, Louisiana, so we have a very large coverage area, about a 200-mile radius. My telephone number is 318-880-1270. And if you want to, you can hit me there for a call or a text message. If you want to send me an email, David Beckham at realtyexecutives.com, and it's spelled just like the soccer player.
I love it. Any top agents you'd recommend that I should interview next, or anybody you'd want to see on this show?
I'll tell you who's good, and I bet you don't know this guy. He used to be with KW, and he's not with them now. His name is Brian Bentley. He's in Monroe, Louisiana, and I'm going to tell you something. I owe this man everything for where I'm at today. He's the one who taught me to prospect. He gave me what I call a swift kick in the ass, and there's no other way to say it. He made me prospect. He was my first business coach, and I owe him everything, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today without him. So you may want to reach out to Brian Bentley. If you want his number for an interview, I'd be more than happy to get it to you. When he was with KW, he was the Mac. So he's a good agent.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. I know you're a busy guy, so thanks so much for taking time out of your day to do this. I'll definitely send you this video, and I'll reach out to your friend, and I'm going to ask for his info, so just email it to me.
All right, sure will.
All right, awesome.
Great speaking with you, man. Take care.
You as well. Bye-bye.